It was 9 years ago when Hillary Clinton spoke of America's Pacific Century. She was the US Secretary of State. She argued that Asia Pacific will become a key driver of global politics. Let me quote from what she said. The future of politics will be decided in Asia, not Afghanistan or Iraq. While Clinton may have spoken about it first, the Trump administration was indeed the first to act, to work on a strong Indo-Pacific strategy. At the center of this plan is India, and the clear target is China. This is an effort by democracies in the region to counter an aggressive and expansionist China. We're calling it the Asian NATO. Our cover story tonight is about the rise of this Asian NATO, how America and India are working on a military pushback, and how China is responding to all of this with threats. Why is a military pushback needed, you may ask? Because this is the only language that China understands. You must deal with the dragon from a position of strength. We've said it before, we're saying it again. And for that, military deployments on the ground will not be enough. Look at what's happening on the border in Ladakh. It's been almost 6 months. The India-China border standoff continues. Beijing talks, but does not walk the talk. So now India is working with like-minded countries, allies with a common goal, like the United States, India and America are expanding their defense partnership. A major agreement was signed today. It is called the Basic Exchange and Cooperation Agreement, or BECA. It is designed for a specific purpose: intelligence sharing using satellites. This is called geospatial intelligence, meaning data based on geographical location. Why is it so important? Because our world today is driven by technology, and that includes everything. Anyone who sails a ship, flies an aircraft, or uses a smartphone to navigate on the roads relies on geospatial data. All of us do. Now, with this agreement, India will be able to use American geospatial intelligence, and this will help India. It will help India improve the accuracy of Indian automated systems like missiles and armed drones. Now, how does this pact help India in its border standoff with China? The impact, we can tell you, will be immediate. India and the US will share high-end satellite images, telephone intercepts, data on Chinese troops and their weapons deployment. Leaders on both sides are committed to this partnership. It was evident in today's press conference. What happened today, you see, was part of the 2+2 dialogue. 2+2 is the term they use. 2 leaders from India, 2 from America, 2+2. It's turning out to be much more than this, though. Today we saw photographs of National Security Advisor Ajit Doval speaking to the American leadership. He was seen giving an elbow bump to Mike Pompeo. Later, the American leaders met with Prime Minister Modi as well. At the press conference, the target was China, clearly. The Indian side was measured in its response. They did not name China, but spoke about freedom of navigation and respect for territorial integrity. The American leadership did not mince words. They did not hesitate in taking on China and naming it. US Defense Secretary Mark Esper blamed China for destabilizing the region. Mike Pompeo did not hold back any punches. He referred to how the pandemic had originated in the Chinese city of Wuhan and the threat that the Communist Party poses to democratic values.
This morning, we visited the National War Memorial to honor the brave men and women of the Indian Armed Forces who have sacrificed for the world's largest democracy, including 20 that were killed by the PLA forces in the Galwan Valley in June. The United States will stand with the people of India as they confront threats to their sovereignty and to their liberty. The challenge of defeating the pandemic that came from Wuhan also fed into our robust discussions about the Chinese Communist Party. Our leaders and our citizens see with increasing clarity that the CCP is no friend to democracy, the rule of law, transparency, nor to freedom of navigation, the foundation of a free and open and prosperous Indo-Pacific. I'm glad to say that the United States and India are taking steps to strengthen our cooperation against all manner of threats, and not just those posed by the Chinese Communist Party.
Thank you for watching Gravitas on WION's YouTube channel. If you want to stay up to date with what's happening around the world, then subscribe to our channel and don't forget to like and share. Thank you very much for watching WION. World is One.